Between 2023 and 2025, beaches across the globe started seeing something deeply unnatural. These animals that belong in the pitch-black, crushing depths of the ocean were suddenly struggling at the surface. Look at this photograph of a dead deep-sea oarfish washed up on the sand. In centuries-old Japanese folklore, rarely seen by humans, like the giant phantom jellyfish and the black sea devil anglerfish, appearing completely out of their depths. This chart compares a fully detailed map of Mars on the left to the ocean floor of our own planet on the right. Water covers 71% of Earth, yet 95% of it remains completely unexplored. Look at this photograph of the Trieste submersible preparing for its descent. We have sent 12 humans to walk on the moon, but only 3 people have ever visited the deepest point at our ocean, Challenger Deep. These animals are perfectly adapted to extreme pressure and absolute darkness. They have survived in isolation for millions of years. To understand what is forcing them up, we have to travel down into the dark. The first 200 meters of the water is called the sunlight zone. This is the only layer where photosynthesis can occur, making it the biological foundation for the entire oceanic food chain. This vertical depth chart illustrates how visible light penetrates water in the twilight zone, between 200 and 1,000 meters down. As you can see, the red wavelengths hit a wall and vanish near the top, leaving only the blue and violet light to reach deeper. Because red light physically cannot reach these depths, creatures like the strawberry squid use bright red coloration as a biological cloak. In their environment, they are practically invisible. Down here, survival relies on producing your own light. When luciferin and lucifer rays mix together, they react violently, emitting a fluorescent blue light. Some predators weaponize this bioluminescence. The completely blind sea angel illuminates its empty stomach to lure wandering prey directly into a trap. Plunging past 1,000 meters, we enter the total darkness of the midnight zone. Sunlight cannot reach this far down. In this hostile environment, animals like the anglerfish require hyper-specialized biology to hunt and reproduce. They are perfectly suited to a life of extreme isolation. They would never abandon this habitat unless their basic ability to survive was failing. Evidence of a massive synchronized movement surfaced during World War II. Naval sonar operators like the man in this photo tracked a false seafloor rising hundreds of meters toward the surface every evening. This 24-hour cycle chart explains what they actually tracked. It shows a massive, dense band of biomass resting at 400 meters during the day, which then sweeps up to the surface line at night. Biologists call this diel vertical migration. Billions of deep-sea creatures travel to the surface under the cover of darkness to feed on phytoplankton. Before the sun rises and visual predators like sharks can spot them, they retreat back to the depths. This synchronized daily rhythm shows us that these animals know exactly how to return to the deep. Their permanent relocation to our beaches means they aren't lost. They are fleeing an evacuation zone. The first catalyst breaking the ocean's rhythm is heat. The world's oceans are currently absorbing roughly 90% of the excess heat generated by global warming. This ocean cross-section shows the consequence. A warm, less dense surface layer, shown in red, acts like a lid, blocked from mixing with the cold layer below. Because they cannot mix, surface oxygen fails to penetrate the deep water, leaving the bottom severely depleted. Deep-sea animals evolved over millions of years in highly stable environments. Now they are suffocating in their own homes. As oxygen levels in the deep sea plummet, these animals are forced into a lethal trade-off. They are abandoning their specialized habitats for the oxygen-rich surface, exposing themselves to temperatures and predators they were never evolved to survive. If we dive even further, past 4,000 meters, we hit the abyssal zone. It appears barren, but it actually hosts vibrant, untouched ecosystems. Look closely at this underwater rocky seabed. The extreme conditions around these hydrothermal vents support dense clusters of white tube-like organisms, specialized crabs, and snails with shells made of actual iron. But this pristine environment faces an immediate human threat. This is the hidden gem, a massive industrial mining ship equipped with a tall drilling derrick. Mining companies are preparing to drop machines into the dark to extract gold and silver directly from these vents. This exploitation is actively enabled by political figures, like Donald Trump seen here, who deny climate science while paving the way for corporate allies to carve up untouched environments. And this is a coordinated global push. Here is Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi, whose government is currently planning to permit active deep-sea mining off the coast of Kerala. This is the official logo of the International Seabed Authority. Right now, they are facing immense corporate pressure to issue the world's very first official deep-sea mining permits. Granting these permits will unleash massive toxic sediment plumes, and it will erase species we haven't even discovered yet. These operations would effectively cripple the ocean's ability to regulate the planet's carbon. The deep ocean is not a disconnected, dark void. It is a highly sensitive biological machine linked directly to the origin of life and the stability of our entire atmosphere. The leviathans washing onto our beaches are a tangible alarm. They are a signal that we must sign petitions and halt deep-sea mining before the destruction begins.